Hey guys, how's it going? This is your girl Amira Nasser. Um, it is Friday, April 28th. It's about 3:00 p.m. I wanted to give you a thorough but brief update on my experience as driving as an Uber driver. I'm going to give you the pros and cons in complete detail, and hopefully this will help future prospective Uber drivers and riders, and just outside perspectives on pros and cons of Uber. So I'm going to give you the pros, all right? As a driver, this is specifically just from a driver's perspective. This is going to be my 4th day working as an Uber driver. Pros: you meet cool people, the majority of cool people. You can get tipped, if they are, willing to tip you. You make your own schedule. You are your own boss to an extent, and I'll get into that with the cons. The money it's decent. It's not great. It's decent. But I guess it depends on the area and the market, like where you're at. For example, downtown. So downtown's a good area to get, a lot of, pickups. Mission Valley's okay. Working mornings and working nights, are my, I've caught on to this pretty quickly. So working mornings, like early morning, like between, I guess, like 4 a.m. and like 10 a.m., is a good window space to drive and get paid good money, decent money, whatever your opinion of good or decent is. I'd say to make about maybe between $100 to like $200 between there. Working Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights between, I'd say, 5 p.m. and like 2 a.m. If you are like a night owl and you want to, stay up until like 4 in the morning, that's up to you. But I've never worked until 4 in the morning. I don't want to work until 4 in the morning because I also have a life and I'm a full-time student and I have other responsibilities that need my attention. So therefore I only work from like, last night I had my first night shift at work, 6:30 until 12:30, I believe it was. I have to take a look at my phone again, but it was around there. I made a little under 15 an hour, so it was like 14.72 I made. So here's how you do the math. If you take, the amount of hours that you worked, you divide that by, the rate, like Uber will tell you how much you're making. So you take the amount of money that you made, divide that by hours, and that's how you made per hour. Let's see another pro. I don't know if I mentioned you get to make your own schedule. Pay is okay. That could be, I don't know if that's a pro. That's like, I'm neutral in that. You get tipped. And that's about it. The cons. Here are the cons. Okay. I just learned this because I Googled it. I just learned this, just about 15 minutes ago. You can actually get banned, quote unquote, fired from Uber, as a driver and as a rider. As a driver, it's more crucial. And that's why I'm stressing this so much. Because you're technically, even though you're an independent contractor and you can make your own schedule and be your own boss, technically you're not, because you can get fired from Uber. Okay? And I'm about to go into detail why. There are guidelines to being a driver with Uber, and it's pretty much common sense. So, if you curse, you are discriminative toward your riders, you're not respectful, you are intoxicated, you say something offensive, it's very critical and also common sense to be respectful of everybody, even yourself as a driver, and be a safe driver. Your ratings say it all. Your ratings, everything, like your badges, your it says it all about you as a driver. So, does it define me as a driver? Yes, because in challenging circumstances and in frustrating circumstances, it tests your patience. It tests your level of, how you deal with certain situations. So that's a con. You can get fired. How you can get fired? If your rating goes below 4.7. So if your rating goes below 4.7, it's like let's say for example 4.6, they'll ban you. They'll either suspend you and investigate your profile and your account, and all your ratings and like the people that rated you poorly. They'll investigate that, and they'll also investigate the writer to see was that just like a bullshit, rating just for the hell of it. So they investigate. I don't know if they thoroughly investigate. That's out of my control, but they investigate. So at the end of the day, just, you know what? Despite all the BS that goes on with driving, be positive no matter what. Always have a smile, so pretty much fake it until you make it. Have a smile on your face on every single ride. So that's another con. Another con is their navigation system. They don't use Google. You have an option to use Google, which is great. That's what I started doing because I experienced that the Uber navigation app. It's not up to par. It's very it's unorganized, unstable. Half the time I've used it, I get lost or I'm not directed to the right establishment. Another thing with the Uber app navigation is they only provide you with the address. They don't provide you with the name of the establishment. So my first day, I found myself with 2 establishments having to like drive around, and then I said, you know what, forget this. I'm gonna just call the writer and let them know of my challenging situation and just ask them, hey, where are you at? What's the name of the establishment? So I can just type it in into Google really quickly. You have to be very, very quick. You have to use your common sense, be very quick, and always be positive. Always be nice, always be positive, because at the end of the day, your rating says a lot about you. And the higher the rating, the more compliments you get, the more positive you are, the nicer you are, the longer you stay with Uber. It doesn't matter if you're temporary or permanent. Be nice, no matter what. Be respectful, be nice. So their navigation system is whatever. Let's see what else. Another con. You, as an independent contractor, you are responsible for everything, meaning gas, insurance, wear and tear in the car. You have to clean after other people. They take 25% out of every fare. So let's say I do a fare, $4. They take $1 out. That's 25%. Like last night I did 15 rides with between 6:30 and 12:30. So I did 15 rides. So that's 14. So if you experiment like I'm doing, if you experiment and do the math, you can get up to, do 15 rides, 15 plus rides, you can make $15 an hour. Okay? Now, there's something called surge area, which means the areas that are supply and demand, like, for example, last night, I noticed that in Shelter Island, here in San Diego, there was a surge area where the ratings were, not the ratings, the amount of money to ride with Uber was more. So, depends on, like, areas where there's higher need for Uber. Let's see, there's more cons. I can't think of them right now. Okay, let's see. I don't know if this is considered as a con, but keep track of all your receipts. Keep track of everything. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're on the clock, me personally, if you're off the clock and you're buying things, that's a write-off. Everything is a write-off. Cause you're technically using it for work. Like me, I bring my lunch or my dinner with me to work, in the car. If I'm gonna break or if I'm in between rides and waiting for another ride, I eat. Cause you get hungry, you're working 4 to 6 hours. You get hungry. You're supposed to technically eat every 2 to 3 hours. in my opinion, this is just my opinion, the cons outweigh the pros, which is not good. But at the end of the day, when you're a full-time student and you are trying to make ends meet and trying to save money, you don't think about the cons, you just want to make money. So are you more, you have to just use your professional judgment. Is it worth dwelling on the cons, or would you rather just make your $2,000 a month or more? You can make anywhere between $1,600 to like over $2,000 a month. So you be the judge. Another con, you deal with a lot of rude people. Like last night I had a girl, here's a good example, okay? I was in downtown, driving this girl, the fare was $4, I only made $3, okay? There was a train going by the convention center. And there was a lot of traffic. Like, nobody was moving for minutes. And I'm like, okay, I need to get this girl to her destination fast. She got frustrated with me, even though it was out of my control, and all I could do was say, you know what, I'm really sorry, I'm doing the best I can. You're pretty much providing customer service, okay? It's a customer service job. People are very, very impatient and they're rude. So you just have to say, you know what, put a smile on your face, I am so sorry. I'm doing the best I can, this is out of my control. What would you like to do? I don't know, just talk to them, try and meet medium with them. She slammed my door. Like, when she exited from my vehicle, she slammed my door. I didn't say anything, but I did rate her as a rider, and I also, gave her, I think, like 2 or 3 stars for her behavior in my car, because it's out of my control, So that's another con, is you will deal with rude and mean and very nasty people. And the best way to deal with that, or to cope with that, is, and I know it's hard, okay? I know it's hard, because it's customer service, and it's a very dirty job, okay? Be nice, be respectful, just say, I'm sorry, but don't, overly do it, because then it's gonna make you look like you're weak. So just say, you know what, I'm really, really sorry, okay? Once again, I'm sorry. I'm doing the best I can. This is out of my control. I'm trying to get you to your destination as safely as possible, and just have a great attitude no matter what. If you need to take a break, like I did last night, I had to take a break because I was getting heated up. I was getting pissed. Get offline. Get offline and take like a 15-minute break, just to kind of give yourself some time to just breathe until you get to the next, rider. Here's what I am doing now. Is, since I'm using Google, and sometimes Google, doesn't really route you to the right area, but it's a lot better than the Uber navigation system. What I do is I call the rider and I say, hi. I always introduce myself. Hi, this is your driver, Amira. I just want to let you know that, Uber gave me the wrong address. Unfortunately, it does not give me the name of the establishment, which is a disadvantage. But if you could please bear with me, I'll be there shortly. And, ask them, do you still want to wait? It's going to take me this amount of time to get to your destination to come and get you. And just say, I'm sorry, I'm doing the best I can. I'm limited on resources, and just, and some of them will be nice. I'm like, no worries, we'll wait. Some of them will say, oh, we'll just walk to, across the street to where you're at. And some of them will be like, you know what, forget it. Some of them will be rude and mean. They're like, no, fuck this. Like, I've had people curse at me. You have the option to say, you know what, if you're gonna be rude and curse at me, I'm gonna cancel this. But again, like I said, pick your own battles. I think that's it for cons. I have yet to deal with a customer that has thrown up in my car. I have dealt with a few rude people. And another thing I've noticed, here's another thing I've noticed. I'm very computer savvy, and I've noticed when I go into my accounts, riders you can change your rating for a rider. Like, if you put them 5 stars, you can actually change it, and Uber asks you, why are you changing your rate? You can either decide, you can choose to give a reason why or not. So they'll notify you, hey, we're going to resolve this issue. And then they'll say, we resolve the issue. So you can actually put in from 5 stars to 1 star or 3 stars or whatever, and then put the reason why. For example, I put that girl, the one I gave a ride at 6:30, she was rude, and she was impatient, and I already apologized, and I'm sorry, I'm doing the best I can. Like, I'm gonna get you to your destination. So they actually notify the rider and say, they keep you anonymous, which is good. So they keep both parties anonymous. But ultimately, if the rider is smart, they'll remember, hey, this person gave me a ride to blah, blah, blah establishment. Oh my God. So out of retaliation, they will actually rate you lower. So pick your battles. Pick your battles, wisely. Ultimately, this is teaching me a lesson, and the lesson is, stay positive no matter what. Have a great attitude. Being that I'm an amateur stand-up comedian, I do curse in my material. So from now on, what I'm doing is, in order for me to keep my professionalism above par, I ask my writers, since we obviously engage in conversation because we're in the car, I say, hey, the material involves some cursing. Is that going to be okay with you? Because there are people that are sensitive to that. They get offended by cursing. Everybody's different. So you have to, like I said, be respectful of others. My advice for everybody, since I'm my 4th day on the job and my rating went down from a 5.0 to a 4.95, because of the fact that I re-rated my previous writers. I have about 7 good badges, and 3 notes. All of those are all positive feedback. My advice is always, like I said, and I'm probably sounding redundant right now, stay positive. Be respectful. Try to make your writers laugh, because at the end of the day, it's customer service. Try hard to just ultimately be a good and safe driver. Don't honk at others. Don't high beam others. If it was a situation where someone literally, cut you off to a point where you almost rear-ended them, then maybe that's when, me personally, I would honk at them and be like, hey, what's your problem? You don't need to do that. But, there's been so many circumstances where I've had the option to do that, but at the end of the day, it's not worth it, because if you're gonna keep honking and high beaming other people every time they cut you off, or every time they, are being rude to you, you're not gonna get anywhere. So the best thing is just let it go. Okay? Let it go and move on. Because at the end of the day, this is a job, and every job is stressful. Every job has its pros and cons, and you're gonna deal with people no matter what. So yeah. I think that's all I have for you guys. If you enjoy watching me and what I talk about, please subscribe to the link below. Other than that, have a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.